Greetings. Have you ever been audited by the IRS? Do you work for a place that has been audited by a governmental agency? Maybe a medical practice that's been audited by Medicare or Medicaid. Have you ever been in that position? When you're in that position and the IRS audits you, do you have to provide the receipts? Do you have to show that what you said you did, you did? What you said you spent the money on, you spent it. What you claimed, you've got support for. Have you ever had to do that? Have you ever been in that position? Millions and millions of Americans and businesses have been in that position where the government says, we're going to audit you. It's 2025. President Donald Trump has said, we're going to audit the government. We're going to look at what you're doing, where you're doing it, how you're doing it, what you're doing. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you exceeding your authority? Are you going beyond your task, your assignment? Where's the money? How much money is being spent? Is that money that's being spent appropriately? Show us the receipts. What's the money being spent on? These are taxpayer dollars, Americans' money. What are you doing with it? If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. The books should be open and you should say, okay, see, look, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. If we're supposed to do it differently, Congress has to write the law differently, or the executive has to give different authorization and different instruction. If that's what you're doing. It's February 2025. It's amazing how many people are objecting to the government of the American people having to show the American people where our money has been spent. It's amazing. In Star Trek terms, it's fascinating. Fascinating how these people are spending all of this money, doing all of these things, but don't think they have to show what they're doing and where the money's gone. 2025 is a completely different year because enough Americans said we're done with the Democrats. We're done with the Democrats. We're done with those who would perpetuate the same cycle of massive spending without accountability. We are done with printing money just to appease the masses. You might as well tell them to eat cake because you're debasing our currency, which is an old school expression, but you are fueling inflation, which hurts every single person, particularly those who are at the lower levels of income. And if you are one of the target constituencies of the Democrats, if you've got color, any color, all color, color, if that's you, you have to understand that your Democrats are doing this and fueling inflation that hurts you more than anyone. Fleetwood Mac song, Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies, should not be the theme song of the American people. And enough Americans have said, stop telling me lies. Stop telling me lies. Tell me the truth. I want to know where the money's going. I want to know if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I want to know how it is that you think that's justifiable. How do you think that? So imagine the IRS come knocking at your door and saying, show us the receipts. Only now, President Trump coming to the door and saying to the door of the agencies and departments and bureaus that are ultimately under him, saying, let me see the receipts. Let's see whether you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with the money the American people that's being taken from the American people, given to the tasks you're supposed to be accomplishing. Let's see, let's make sure. If you're doing it the way you're supposed to be doing it, you should be okay with this. If you're not, and you're screeching, you're objecting, you're saying, Elon, Elon. If you're doing any of that, the American people are looking at you saying, we already want to see what's going on. Now we want to look closer at you. Because when you object to a legitimate audit by the American people, you're hiding stuff, you're hiding things, and it's time for the curtain to be pulled back, and it's time for you to be exposed. Son of Liberty 2020, amliberty2020@gmail.com. Open the books. Let's see what's going on.